spray day. It's Friday. Some people it's payday. But each and every one of you food plotters out there are going to be faced with this same Achilles heel. Shallow tillage. And that is the floor mat for water hemp here in Iowa to really get a foothold. Most food plotters, self-included, unless you get a sprayer application certification, you can't buy the herbicide. You're going to have to go outside your circle, as I did, and I got the co-op on the way. But the culprit is this water hemp. It thrives on shallow tillage, and that's what most people are doing with the ATV implements and stuff like that. I knew I should have plowed this under. That would have set some of the seed back. Not that you wouldn't still had some, but with the shallow tillage that most food plotters are doing, you're going to run into heavy weed infestation. And guess what? The herbicides that most of you can get, the Roundup product, ain't going to cut it. This is Roundup resistant. It's a form of pigweed, water hemp, Palmer amaranths can also come out of that family. Every farmer down here in southern Iowa is faced with this Achilles heel, but they got the chemicals, and I got the chemicals on the way. But every so often you're going to have to deep plow your fields to get rid of that native seed bank, to bury it. This produces 250,000 seeds. It has a female and a male plant, so they cross-pollinate. They pollinate throughout the growing season. One attribute to get rid of them is the close rows. The 30-inch corn, that shadows them up real fast so they can't get the sunlight. But they are a direct competition with soybeans. I mean, they will dominate the soybean crop. And like I say, you have to go outside your loop to get that correct herbicide. So keep that in mind. I don't care how many people try to say the easy man, the slow man, the poor man, the stupid man, because sooner or later you're going to get an infestation of the native seed bank, because as I found out, and you got to witness it, that's what happened right here on this field. So let me pan. I want to show you what it looks like right now. There, we're get down to ground level. Here's your soybean. That's a good 8 inches tall, and there's your water hemp. It's taller than the soybean, and not all of it, but it's critical to get it sprayed right now. And forget about using your 41% glyphosate, your 48%. You notice there's no grass in this field at all. That's the only thing that Roundup's going to kill. It's not going to kill Mr. Pigweed, water hemp, or Palmer amaranths. The only thing that's going to kill it is basically a class 14, a class 15 herbicide. And unless you're a certified applicator, you're not going to get that in your possession. So let's go up here and wait for the applicator. This is the cornfield that we got planted. It's doing pretty good. And you notice I've done a lot of hand hoeing in here. That sounds stupid, don't it? Well, that's what they recommend, because the same herbicide, I can use a 2,4-D on this corn, but I want to take you out, get you out in the middle out here. Yeah, and you've seen us when we planted it. Oh, there's water hemp right there. That's how they recommend mechanical or hand pulling. So that's a lot of hand pulling. Now let's see what kind of corn we got, how tall our corn is. It's a solid 3 foot tall out in here. And we're looking at right at 3 acres of corn. Now, it's canopied over on the 38-inch row, and it's shading out some of these, the water hemp, but it's still there. So what I think I'm going to do, I don't want it to germinate any, taller, and if we just get some decent rainfall, this corn would shadow that out, and it would be dwarfed, wouldn't grow anymore. But unfortunately, we can't buy rain. I'll show you. That's how dry it is. Northern Iowa last night had 6 inches of rain, and here's what we got down in southern Iowa. It's amazing that corn grew that good. And like I said, you can see where I've been hoeing up through here, trying to eradicate it. Now this is a little bit shorter, but on the basic field, we got a good stand of corn. So I'd like to, if we get some, every time the rain starts coming this way, it was probably within 5 miles of this field and split off. And like I said, you can see the dust. That's, you know, it's really hard to grow anything in here. As you can see, that soybean, we planted those, well, I guess 2 weeks ago now. And they're 4 inches tall, but, oh man, this will burn it down. It'll turn it all black. But that's the only way I'm going to be able to save this field. It's either that or plow it under and put it in a fall annual, because that's what this is a good example of year in over and over of shallow tillage, and that's just what happened. So you as food plotters are going to be faced with that. And I know they show these little toy tillage tools pulling behind ATVs. Here comes the applicator. Here we go. Showtime. You're going to have to go outside your loop and bring in the big guns. Here we go. And we've been documenting this.
Okay.
You know, so
this outside here.
Yeah. That's what happens for 7 years of shallow tillage. You know what I mean? It was pure dirt 2 days after Memorial Day. Memorial Day. And I originally took and broadcast the beans on here and got excellent results in the past. So it was so dry that the weeds were in the moisture. They germinated and the beans just sat there. So
okay, and then it gets real trouble, you know, getting stuff, you know, to actually touch it. But I mean, as low as this stuff is, we should be fine.
So you think I got your name was Jason?
Justin.
Justin?
Yep.
Yeah. So this is a common thing down in Clark County.
This is a real common deal right this year.
Yeah, and so you food plotters worldwide, this is what you're faced with. This is just not on my farm. You've seen it?
You're not the only one. It's everybody.
Yeah, and so keep that in mind. I don't care what seed you plant, what celebrity you get the endorsement. This is what you're going to be faced with. And so you got to put the money up, man up, or the other alternative is to mow it down and plow it under. You know,
and try to get rid of it that way. And it's hard telling if you'll get rid of it then. So.
Well, I won't hold you up any longer.
Okay. But do you want me to get over into that corner as much as I can, or? Yeah,
if you swing in there, I can move my move my truck out of there.
Okay.
But if we just might as well make it somewhat of a straight line. That corn that's out there, I don't care about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll go around it at the fence line and then come back along your corn here.
Oh, okay. All right. I mean, if we take this part out, that's all right.
I'll get up there as close as I can.
Well, I'll tell you what. When I come up here yesterday, I said I ran up the white flag. I mean, this is beyond. The only alternative was I knew bush hog it down, maybe 2,4-D it, and then plow it under. But you know, these food plots are a big deal now. I am so fortunate to be able to get you guys to come down here. Because I can't spray, a guy like me can't spray that kind of herbicide, right?
You gotta have license.
So you keep that in mind, guys. You can't get that kind of herbicide. You ain't gonna go to your farm store and get that. So, all right, well,
I'll keep going here.
Okay. I'm glad to share this with you people and hear from an applicator that does this for a living. Now, I got some money in the new beans. I'm going to have some money in the application. But it's either that or, as you've seen last year, mow the field down. So I really enjoy sharing this with you, because like I said, poor man's ways or whatever man's ways ain't gonna cut it. So we got a northwest wind, so the wind's blowing to him from me. So I'm all right with the spray. And fortunately, I got it at the right time. Boy, that's a big sprayer. Always something in the way, I reckon. I guess that's where he's gonna go. So, but I know I'm not the only one in Clark County with this problem. This is quite a high-tech sprayer. I mean, they've got this down to a science. And like I say, I got the wind blowing from me to the... And there we go. Well, like you heard the man, I'm getting it on at the right time. If I surely didn't want it to go any longer. And so we'll document. It'll probably turn this field either brown or black. There we go. That sprayer's got to be a 60-foot wide boom on there, so it don't take long. But I'm just really, well, I shouldn't say I'm ecstatic about sharing this with you, but I'm glad that you can see real-time, real problems in the food plotting industry and the ag industry. Because like I was saying earlier, that light tillage equipment that they push for ATVs is not going to solve this problem, because it's just tilling the weed seed in, and with this super weed, as they call it, your Roundup product are useless, totally useless. Here he comes. Basically made one loop. That's probably the quickest money they've made all year, but it's worth it to me just to be able to get this on video. Agriculture. Some cuss it, some live by it. Food plotting, doing it the non-typical way. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Yeah, they didn't get that middle. Well, I just hope it. I've seen the results of it, so I know what to expect. You got, monetary wise, I got $300 in this operation, and that, to me, it was either that or, like I said, plow it under. So it's all done. Boy, I'll tell you what, that stuff really went on fast. All done. Back to the co-op or to the next field. Get on his way. Oh, that didn't take long, ladies and gentlemen. out of here. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, because that's the real deal. And now all we can do is sit back and watch this unfold together and hope for the best. That's it from the Non-Typical Norwalkian. Have a safe and happy 4th of July.